Hello everyone, this is the President and welcome to my tutorial for 1936 as Germany. This video is aimed for total beginners. On regular difficulty and historical A focuses, I'm going to show you how to create an overpowered Germany early in the game without really any chance of losing. If you follow my steps, this should work with or without the DLCs. If you already know what I'm doing, please don't dislike this video just because it's something common. It's aimed for someone who's actually, just beginning to playing the game, and I would really appreciate this information if I had just started. Okay, then first you take all the forces in our main Germany and put them under General. I recommend you Erwin Rommel, as he is an armor officer and also he has a pretty good attack skill. You put his army on a front line with Poland. You do the same with this army right here in Prussia. But this time, you put them under General Henry von Manstein. You take 2 troops from here, preferably a truck and some infantry, and put them into the second army, so that you are just 24 units here, and so that this guy gets some more, troops to actually cover the whole border. Let's now draw the attack plans. Offensive line for the army of Rommel, right, our main army, should go here from Danzig all the way along the Vistula River through Warsaw, and then it should cut right here through Tarnów. This will be our initial attacking line. On the other side, the second army will attack Danzig also, and then conquer the other side of the Vistula River. Then, when you hit somewhere close to Warsaw, you can just retract it somewhere next to Suwałki. So this is how the attack is going to look like. As you can see here, this should be enough for the most part to pretty much capitulate Poland. We're going to attack them very early on in the game, so we take it, and while not sharing it with Russia, being able to use their factories and their resources so that we can create a super powerful Germany without any allied interference. Because if we do this at the beginning of the game in 1936, they don't really guarantee Poland. For national focus, we can do really whatever, to be honest. Rhineland is good for political power, and opposing Hitler is not what you're supposed to be doing right now. This is not how to oppose Hitler tutorial. I would just do a 4-year plan right now, but this is not really necessary. And for factories, of course, always start with civilian factories. I could actually use some military factories just for this game, because I want to show you how to win Poland at the beginning, how to start. But in the beginning, any faction you're playing always builds civilian factories. They're going to be the backbone, basically, of anything that you build. Quickly change the outdated equipment if you want to, or just let it finish when it comes to these boats, and then change it into something modern. For this time I won't be really bothering with the boats, but what I would do is basically just let them, be created. Germany doesn't have a huge navy. Just make sure that there's only one of them here, because you don't want many crappy boats running around your navy, okay? So just one destroyer. And after that you can choose to build whatever you want, pretty much. Here you need to focus on infantry equipment and on support equipment. I don't think you need anything else, because this war will be pretty easy. For research, when you're starting, usually start with basic machine tools, and Germany is no different. Construction 1, and also in electronic mechanical engineering. The third option can be whatever, but since we are trying to fight an early war, I'll focus on weapons and equipment, which I think is a good option. Now, before we start the game, we need to justify war goal. Oh, we need just one more political power. No problem. Do we have it? No, just one more, so we need 2 political powers. Okay, done. We justify a war goal and want to conquer something that's basically going to be our, main state. So I would just choose, I don't know, Danzig. Okay, we see how many political power we need to actually start this war. So we're just gonna wait this amount until this number hits 50. By the way, you don't have to cover any of your borders during this fight. You will be safe, I can promise you that. As long as you're playing on historical AA focuses, of course. Don't really make any decisions. I wouldn't really try to play with it. And by the way, attacking Poland, Italy is also very necessary to be done with the MEFO bills, because this is something that will bother you for a while, because you will have to re-click them again and again so that you don't get penalties, but once you declare a war, they're basically erased. If you really want, you can spawn some more divisions. To be honest, I think that 5 would be really enough. Spawn them here, in this part of Pomerania, so that they can quickly be transferred to Prussia. If you're playing on the newest DLC, right, you just want to group your navy together, just this time, so they can all be practicing. You need some, naval experience early on. That's pretty good thing to have. Okay, all of them, I'll just group them together. You don't really have to do that, but naval experience is pretty good, in my opinion, because you can use it on buying basically free upgrades and stuff like that. You don't really need navy to fight against Poland. They won't really try to create any naval invasions, as they start with 5 ships. And I don't think, they shouldn't be starting even with Marines. So, okay, I'm already past the political power I need. That's no problem. We're taking Danzig, send, and now we're waiting until we are able to invade them. Because the war has to happen as early as possible before the Allies invade us, right? And that's one of the reasons why I did not remilitarize Rhineland. I don't want any, war tension. And already, did 10 by declaring on Poland. This is huge, but still shouldn't be enough to alarm United Kingdom and France. Because remember, I haven't done any rebuilding as historical Germany would done. I didn't take Memel, didn't take Sudetenland and Czechoslovakia. I didn't even, ask for Danzig. I'm just taking it. After I take Poland, you can even declare war on USSR, and guess what? Allies still don't attack you because it's a communist nation. So those little things, you should really think about all of that. Okay, our 4-year plan is done. It's pretty good in my opinion. You can always align Hungary to help you in the war somehow, but I don't think that's really that necessary. I always focus on naval rearmament as fast as possible as Germany, as I really like to build U-boats. And I don't think that beginners are really good with navies. So for all of you, I would basically go with Auto Turkey. You take it and then you may create some good civilian factories for free. Because as you go later in German factory, here you get so many civilian factories. And later you also get even more. And as I told you before, at the beginning of the game, no matter what you're doing, civilians are the backbone of your basically whole country economy. Okay, fill all of these boats completely so that you don't have to miss any days of production. Germany and their navy can be done, in a really bad way or in a really good way, and I think that you should always try to make it the best you can. Okay. Now, I don't have enough time to do improved infantry equipment, so I'll just go with oil processing, because as Germany, we will need a lot of oil. Okay, I can create them now. And those units will go straight to mine state. You may be wondering if what I'm doing is enough to really go against Poland, since they have a bigger army than you do. And yeah, although that's true, they have a bigger army, I don't think this should be making much of a difference, as long as you hire someone like Franz Halder, who gives you division attack, or an infantry expert, which is probably the best thing you should get. Of course, you can do different things than I'm doing right now, but this is, I think, most optimal. Okay, they have somewhere around 4 divisions, I think. And there's still some days that we have. So we were waiting for that guy who gives us basically improved infantry. And Captain of Industry is also pretty good. I usually choose him because, you know, civilian factory speed, that's something I can appreciate. Not everybody does, to be honest, but I do. CMFO bills need to be paid. But we still have some time. We just can't miss them. Just have them in the back of your mind, as long as you don't, you know, have a war. We should get there soon. Okay, you know what? I'll actually recommend you guys do the Captain of Industry. But now it's too late, so I shouldn't be bothered. Okay, for production, always when you research this, go for industry. This is crucial. Depending on how you wanna play the game, choose concentrated or dispersed. You can see all the bonuses here. Basically, my guide is, if you're planning to get bombed, choose this one. If you're planning to have enough air force not good to get bombed, choose this one. And speaking about the air force, we actually shouldn't be too worried about that. Reinforced rate is good, because Poland doesn't have a huge one. They have up to 333 planes, and I don't even think they have so many. If you put all of your planes into this airport, and then place them over Western Poland, and give them all the missions, this should be enough to get air superiority and win the war quickly. Trust me with that. After we drew all these battle plans, let's put all of our armies under one Field Marshal, Gerd von Rundeth, if I read him right. We put this guy here, so that they're all under one. Autarky is done. Hermann Gröling Werke, please. And this will give them some bonuses when it comes to their abilities. Go for Infantry Expert, so that your infantry can crush the Polish army, although we do not outnumber them. This is very important to know. We do not outnumber them. We can build even more infantry. I think that we won't be able to build more than 10. And remember, you want to have at least some equipment behind, so that, you know, you don't go dry, because then you get some battle penalties. How many days left? 100, about 135. Should be enough. Okay, after construction, I wouldn't really go for that right now. I would really prefer to go here, but we don't really have any bonus right now, especially for Germany. So go now the mechanical computing. Although it takes a long time, the research speed, you know, it will actually pay off in the long run. Okay, so we generated all the tension. Of course we did. And look here. Not even Great Britain is guaranteeing them. Nobody is. The Poland didn't even go any specific focus that allows them to, like, you know, go into libertarian routes. It didn't happen. And even the Rhineland is demilitarized, so why would they think that we're trying to kill Poland, eh? You can play the Dutch game if you have the DLC, if this is, you know, only the DLC thing, but I never bother with that. And the DLC I'm speaking of is Man the Guns, the recent one. It may not be recent when you're watching this video. Who knows, maybe something else came out. 100 more days. And the army is done. I mean, you should wait until they get enough experience, but I couldn't be bothered right now. They can all go to Mainstein if they don't starve to death here, which may happen. I don't think this place has a lot of supply. We will see anyway. If one of the army doesn't push, the other one will. I'm really waiting for army offense, okay? Okay, third thing. Go the KDF wagon. This will be, you know, your ultimate civilian factory dream. For sure. What else can you build? I mean, I would really focus on building new U-boats or stuff like that, but that's only for the people who want to take a part in, you know, planning out their navy and stuff like that. Some people just forget about the navy of Germany, but I don't think that's the right idea. Okay, let's do concentrated industry too. Even if it's ahead of time, industry is very important in this game. Industry gives you army, army gives you victory. Not always, but for the most part. We don't have enough light tanks to create any more armored divisions, so don't bother with that. We can do this, you know, why not? And I think now we have pretty much enough civilian factories. We can build some military ones. And you may be wondering, hey, weren't the civilian factories the most important ones? Yeah, they are, but at the same time, we're going to get a lot more very, very soon. We're going to get up to 22 civilian factories, and still they are, you know, working on central industrial region. It's going to be even more military ones, you know. Sometimes it's good to give them time to build up, but in this example, no, you want to take out Poland as soon as you can. Don't wait until you go for Danzig or war. It's time wasting. You're gonna split the Poland probably with Russia. Well, why would you give it to USSR if you're gonna have to fight Russians anyway later? I mean, you probably will if you like to get all of that. And although many people think that they're just gonna play with the Allies and then end the game, it's either boring or just too tempting to get into USSR. I know something about it. 50 more days and the Blitzkrieg begins. It's going to be very soon. It's going to be 1937 when we are going to be done, most likely. You know, the AI can play a good game too. Who knows? But I don't think you should be scared. I mean, you're playing Germany. This video is not edited. It's gonna have to be raw footage how to win as Germany. It's really videos for my friends too. Okay, now army offense, division attack. Let's get that. Now, the attack of our basically troops is much higher than defense of Poland. And this is a guaranteed victory. We don't have a lot of war support, but this can change later. Don't worry about that. For now. Our production, how does it look like? Okay, we have enough support equipment. Let's cut it more than half and give the rest of civilian factories equally into other places. Okay, KDF wagon is done. You don't really have to build any more civilians. Get the extra research slot early on in the game. You're going to have like the whole thing researched by 1945 at this rate. And you don't even have to research everything. Look how much naval experience we got. That's a lot. In case you want to get like, you know, some really cool experience, just make your ships fight with the Polish. If you want a tutorial on how to actually play the German Navy properly, leave it in the comments. I actually have a really good tactic of how to raid like the whole world, which always works. Okay, there will be a strike force here, here, and here, so that when... Oh yeah, the war starts, they are gonna kill the Polish Navy. And the war has almost started. The planes know what to do, yep, they know. You can even put, you know, the rest, but... who cares, it's still gonna win. You go to declare war, and it's gonna remove national spirit MEFO bills. Perfect, send. The war is on, you click here and here. And look at your troops winning. And now important things during this battle. Poland may somehow try to actually stop you and can be really, you know, competent many times. What I would recommend is cutting Danzig away from everyone early on in the game. You can do this manually. You pretty much have a huge chance of winning anyway. Since you have enough equipment, you can build either more troops, right? Which we will, maybe 4. But you can also waste some equipment by doing forced attack in both places. Can I do it here? Not yet. Okay, but one of the armies got forced attack. Unread port strike, which we... it says we lost, although no one was hurt. They're holding the front, but now increase the speed and look what's going on. Although it doesn't look like it, we are slowly winning. Look at that breakthrough. We are about to get Poznan. Can we get more of these? No, not yet. Now this guy is close to getting his first attack. Okay, so they're actually really well defending in Danzig. That's not really common. But still, it's not game-breaking, trust me. I never had a situation in which I could fail this war. Even if it's red here, it's going to slowly turn green as we attack them from different sides. The Danzig can be taken now, I think. Will it turn green? Okay, it doesn't have to. Their army's stuck there. Warsaw, we're closing in on it. In the meantime, they can even do the captain of industry if you still care. We're getting many industry points right now from taking all these factories here. Okay, it's weird how we're fighting in Krakow. Oh yeah, this guy is going around. Sometimes AI is weird, the way they play. Okay, so there's a huge Polish corridor in here. I would much rather just prefer to break it as fast as possible. Take Plock and basically, yeah, mess up the line. A huge encirclement. Take them out. There's a huge Polish pocket which is completely out of equipment and out of supply. Bye-bye for them. See, we're getting more free military factories. Our planes are absolutely decimating them. Our navy rules the waves. What's going on here? Okay, that's weird. And that should never actually happen. That's like... basically the game decided that... I think the game decided that this is not frontline anymore. Okay, whatever. If that happens, just use some of your troops to go there and clear that place. And use the rest of them to take Warsaw. And if you took Krakow, also have some army march on Lvov, because that's going to turn into their capital after I take Warsaw. Or it's gonna be Danzig. Okay. They are kind of attacking us here, so we can change it into some different army, and they can get this into, you know, the thing they have to defend. You can also use all of these boys and give it to them. Shouldn't be a big of a problem. Now, if that happens, right? Alright, they actually took it off. Destroy all of this battle plan. And preferably create a new one. This is going to be your new front line. Create offensive line going through here. Put on aggressive and start. This should... Oh, what's going on? The game froze. Did we win? Oh no, the nationalist Spain happened. Okay, don't worry about that for now, although you should in a second. The Warsaw capitulated. I mean, it was taken over. Did they capitulate? No, not yet. Weird. That's what happens when you make a tutorial. Okay, yeah, the war is over. So, what you're supposed to do, either take some puppets, like create maybe a puppet that's a buffer state between the Soviets, if you want to. That's always good, but I just prefer a good classy taking all of the states and ending your turn. But my tutorial isn't over. Even after you have a huge German Reich that's basically unstoppable, you can still do all this crazy stuff with Germany taking over everything. You don't have to demilitarize Rhineland. This is automatically done for you. I mean, you still have to go through it, whatever. Although it is remilitarized, so you can put your army there. That's what I meant. And you need to help the nationalists win. Why? Because nationalists have a fascist government in charge, which can help you later. What you're supposed to do is take few tank divisions, right? How many... What's the limit for me? Sending volunteers... it's 3. Okay. So what you're supposed to do is take 3 tanks. Put them into a separate army. 3 maybe there's 1 tank here or here. Yeah, there's 1 tank. Oh. Oopsie. Take all the tanks. Put them under 1 general and then send volunteers. Perfecto. They will arrive and you just try to earn some military experience. Okay, so that's it for the tutorial. Now you're one of the strongest countries in the world, pretty much. You have factories of both Poland and Germany, and nobody's at war with you. So, look at this. Look at our capabilities. We can build so much. We even have more dockyards, I think. Do we? Yeah, we do. And in addition to that, we can work at 3 projects at the same time at 15. You know, out of 15 power. This is like the fastest we can build, and there are 3 things we can build at the same time. So that's the end of the tutorial. I hope it helped you to get German Reich as strong as possible, still in 1936. So it's the same year. Okay, see you guys in the next one. If you want to see more tutorials, maybe German Navy tutorial, which I think I can do a pretty good one, leave it in the comments below. Please rate this episode and see my other stuff. Bye.